I like energy. I like to feel like the music is moving my body.
But if the set has everything, I am in heaven. There is no way around it.
Every great DJ has peaks and valleys. And for me, while they're at their peak, that's the moment I don't leave the dance floor.
So if I get to a party and those songs are playing when I get there, I put my shoes as quickly as possible. I don't stretch. Just go, let's go.
For me, beginning of the social should be something friendly, something that everybody can dance with, nice transitions, nothing too complex.
I felt like I was high on something because it was the whole build up to that point. So that's the power when something is inserted skillfully.
Because most of the people just sit down or they keep dancing because, let's be honest, a lot of the people in Zouk, they'll dance to whatever you play. They don't care. Even if you stop the music, they'll keep dancing.
It's one of those moments in life that you think, everything was worth it. So we could come to this moment right here.
This one time, I just remembered, this DJ just went from like an almost lambada song into a Disney princess song. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Transition.
Did you press the wrong button? Did you really press the wrong button? Because you must have made a mistake. What kind of music really wanna makes you get up and dance? From high energy remixes to cozy traditional Zouk. Why do some songs make our hearts explode while others make us head for the exit door? Well, let's find out. Hello everyone, and welcome back to ZoukNerds. In this episode, Gui and I have a fun chat about the music we love to dance to and why. We explore our favorite styles like old school R&B and traditional Ghetto Zouk, and why energy is the secret ingredient for a great warm-up. We also share our pet peeves about DJ sets and how a single nostalgic track can bring a whole room back to life. So, let's go! Hello everyone, my name is Alisson Sanji, and let's welcome back our beautiful co-host, Gui Prada. Hello, Gui.
Hello, Alisson. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Today we're going to be having a fun conversation. We want to discuss here, what kind of music do you like to dance to and why? This is often something that we talk to people in class or at socials, or even when DJs come and ask us when we have our weekender, hey, what kind of music do you like to, just to make sure that I play some of the stuff that you like best. And for me, it's kind of hard to answer that question because I like everything as long as there is enough of everything. I can get a little bit more specific into what I play for myself if I want to dance by myself. But when I'm going to a social, as long as there's a little bit of everything, I am happy. Too much of anything, I don't know, it gets a little boring. How about you, Gui? What do you think?
Exactly the same. I have my preferences. I have my very defined preferences. But if the set has everything, I am in heaven. There is no way around it. It's been like this for the longest time. But I do have my preferences. And Alisson, every time I see you play the sets that you choose for your warm-ups, the sets that you choose to dance, I can see your preference there. Although I cannot define what kind of music is that. What is that you like more? I don't know how to name that kind of a vibe that you like. How do you name that vibe?
So, I like energy. I like to feel like the music is moving my body. And specifically for the warm-ups, they are quite intentional because I want to bring a certain challenge to that warm-up. So I play music that challenge people, but also I play music that are quite upbeat and really brings everybody's attention into the room. A lot of those sets are by DJ Kakah or some other DJs that have some sets on that high energy kind of thing. And the music styles that are played, a lot of them are remixes, but more towards like Moombahton or Afrobeats, that type of thing, but really slowed down. Because if you go to YouTube now and you look up Moombahton, it's fast. Okay, it's very fast. So all the Zouk DJs, what do? They download it, they buy it, and they just bring it down. So it's pleasant enough for us to social dance to Brazilian Zouk. Yeah, and of course, if I'm at a social, that's probably the moment that I'm going to go a little crazy when the DJ goes there. When the DJ goes to the peak. You know, every great DJ has peaks and valleys while they're playing. And for me, while they're at their peak, that's the moment I don't leave the dance floor. Sometimes when they go to the valleys and they get to some music that is more like same, that's when I take a break. But that really depends on the time of the social. For me, the earlier, the more energy I want to have. But the later, I'm very okay if the DJ is more chill. Very okay. I am not that kind of Brazilian person that wants to finish the party with the loudest and highest and fastest music. You know, I'm okay finishing the party with some chill. But the one thing that I cannot handle is when DJs go too low for too long and it's right in the middle of the party or at the beginning of the party. Just because they love to play that kind of music and they want to play it because that's their moment. Instead of thinking, hello, I've been scheduled in the middle of the party, so I need to change how I play to please the people. But they just want to please themselves. Well, those DJs, I tend to skip when I see them in the schedule. And I tend to go to the ones that I know are going to play for the crowd. I think lately I've been really enjoying a mix of that high energy and a mix of more traditional music. You know, and when I say lately, we're talking about old people here. So I'm talking about like 5+ years. The last 5+ years, I've really been enjoying some real nice traditional music and the higher energy music. Before that, there was a moment or an era that most people in Brazilian Zouk mostly danced to remixes. It was the whole social remixes. No traditional, no lyrical, no original music straight from the artist. No, it was always with some beats on top of it, remixed by somebody. But thankfully nowadays, it's a mix of everything that makes it more pleasant for everybody.
Yeah. You were saying about these sections of the party and what the DJs play. And I was remembering here, my preference is changing as well, depending on how tired I am, the mood, the moment of the social. But the energy level, my life energy level also being the thing that defines my preference at the time. So having the overall set of preferences in terms of style and having the specifics of changing in that list depending on the energy of the body. So I remember very recently arriving at the social, tired, physically tired, just taught for 7 hours and arriving at the social super tired. And the DJ, when I arrived, the DJ was playing my top list preference. He was playing traditional music, more specifically Ghetto Zouk. So the variation, the Ghetto Zouk music, Cabo Love, so the variations from Cape Verde, some Kizomba music, and the Caribbean Zouk, some of the Caribbean Zouk songs, the old ones, you know, between 2001 and 2009, 10. These songs I love so much. I think they will be top. So if I get to a party and those songs are playing when I get there, I put my shoes as quickly as possible. I don't stretch, just go, let's go. And then afterwards, I will do my preparation after I start dancing because there's a big risk that sometimes there'll be the only section of the set that I will have those songs. So I take advantage of it. So these are definitely my favorite songs. However, there are some moments that my top would change to, I really like R&B as well. And R&B brings out a different energy in the body, a different kind of dance, a different way of dancing. And I think with the traditional kind of music, I feel more comfortable expressing that archetype of myself with more people, with almost anyone. The R&B one, I feel that you fully express that archetype that I can embody with the R&B. I'm going to say I need, for lack of a better word, but if the other person also brings that out, my gosh, dancing to R&B sometimes is better than dancing to traditional music, because we engage in this back and forth playfulness thing that the R&B brings, especially the old, very cheesy ones. Those ones are the best. And in the third-ish place would be old school neo zouk, like Max Black Soul, the songs that Mafi put out in 2007, 8, Pfeiffer, some Arcanjo stuff. Man, those things from the before the 2010s that I remember, I think those are the years. Oh my gosh, I really like that stuff. And it's so rare to listen to them nowadays. There was one DJ in DC, Sonny K. Bliss. Oh my God. Sometimes I just want to squeeze her because she plays those songs from time to time. And I go to her like, where did you find this? Where did you take this? It's such a joy that I feel because it taps into the nostalgia, this very cozy feeling of like, oh, there's an old story that I was told many times back in the day, but I don't hear anymore. And somebody's telling that story to me again. And there is this sense of identification. So this would be, top of my head, the 3 styles of music that if they are playing at any point in the social, they bring the energy back up. Yeah, and especially if I am at a low energy, if my body is tired, my mind is tired, those songs, they put energy back again. And sometimes it's all I need, honestly, to have a good social time.
Yeah, the reason why I like the traditional ones and the upbeat ones a little bit more, or maybe a lot more, is because I feel like I can have fun with the most amount of people. That's that. So when it's my weekender, I just tell the DJs, I say, hey, just make sure that the energy is nice for everybody so we can keep dancing. Try not to go too low, try not to go too high, because that's when you kind of eliminate a lot of the people on the dance floor. So my preference is very much based on that. When I'm training, like really training with a person or maybe in a private lesson, then I'll be a little bit more adventurous. Yes, I like a lot of the neo stuff. I like some mellow, very chill stuff. It really just depends on the intention of the training. And in my teams, I'll do that. Sometimes we're doing more dynamic or connection type of class. So I'm going to put this very lyrical, mellow type of sets for them to practice. Or sometimes we're playing more just, constant type of speed movement that needs very consistent beat. So then I'm going to put a traditional set so all the students can practice that way. So in terms of what do I like in the social, for me, beginning of the social should be something friendly, something for beginners, something that everybody can dance with, nice transitions, nothing too complex. So I often say most of the traditional stuff or very, very old school R&B, good. In the middle, put a bit of everything. Play with everything. And then towards the end, once again, bring people down a little bit so then people can still dance, but they don't need to have all of that energy because they've been dancing for a long time. One type of music, maybe 2, that I don't really like. One is R&B. Very specifically, the type of R&B, hip-hop music, I'm not sure how to call it, that is just spoken words or kind of doesn't have like melodies and ups and lows in the voice. When the guys just I'm like, okay, I don't feel connection with that music. So if it's that kind of R&B hip hop that the guy is just talking, or the singer, female, male talking the whole time, no, not for me. But the R&Bs, especially the old schools, that everybody sings along and the hearts explode and all of those things, yes, love that. And the other one that I don't really connect with is the type of music that is too dramatic lyrical. Sometimes you're going to see some DJs going a little too far towards the end of the party, and they just go like drama, opera, sometimes even like rock, and then the Disney stuff and all of those movie tracks. And I'm like, okay, now it's just a mess. It's just because unless some DJs can be very, very skillful and they can make it make sense towards the end of the party, sure. But I think a lot of the DJs who do that, they're just doing because they heard somebody does it and everybody loves when that one DJ does it. But let me tell you guys, everybody loves when that DJ does because they do well. That doesn't mean that you doing the same thing is going to be good. Just because you play the same song. There's a whole thing, okay? It's magical if it works. But 99% of the times, it doesn't work. Yes, some people are happy because they're like, oh my God, this is the type of music I love. Either drama music or movie music, Disney music, or some type of music. But most of the times, I look at the dance floor and I'm like, wow, thanks for ending the party early, DJ, because most of the people just sit down or they keep dancing because, let's be honest, a lot of the people in Zouk, they'll dance to whatever you play. They don't care. They're just like in trance and they keep dancing. Even if you stop the music, they'll keep dancing. So I don't take that judgment from them. But most of the people, yeah, they just step away, and that's me. I'm like, play for the room. Play for everybody. Because I think that the energy in the room also makes me want to dance. So many layers as to why I like something and why I don't like something. I like what makes everybody dance. That's it.
Yeah, this more really lyrical, really super lyrical instrumental songs combined with the Disney songs, they are really hard to pull off. Oh my God, they are so hard to pull off. I, like you, Addison, had experiences in which it made complete sense. And it was awesome. It was blissful. It was incredible. And times that it was not. So it's funny because when it's well done, you can say, oh, I like these songs. I like dancing to these songs. When it's not well done, I don't like this. I don't like dancing to this song. So in the end of the day, sometimes the preference that we have is really connected to the build-up, really connected to how we were taken to that place, right?
Sorry to interrupt, but this one time I just remembered, this DJ just went from like an almost lambada song into a Disney princess song. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Transition.
Did you press the wrong button? Did you really press the wrong button? Because you must have made a mistake. It doesn't make sense. That's such a jump.
Yeah, in that case, yes. In that case, it was like a cold shower. Yeah, out of nowhere.
The room froze. Everybody started looking up like, hang on, we were just on the beach in Brazil right now, dancing this type of music. And now suddenly I feel like everything just stopped. Big shock. No, not good.
Yeah, man, this reminds me, there was one of the socials in the Bali retreat, and DJ Steph was playing. And he played a Studio Ghibli-like music, like song. Like, I don't know if it was from a Studio Ghibli movie, but he had that vibe with the way that the score was made. And the way that he made it happen was so incredible. I felt like I was high on something because it was the whole build up to that point. It was so well done that when that song came in, it made so much sense. it made me not made me like, but it made me curious actually about that kind of music again. So I went on Spotify and I started looking Studio Ghibli songs, the soundtrack, and listen one by one to see if I could find that song. So that's the power when something is inserted skillfully. So when that is done, it's sometimes you find yourself curious about the kind of music that you were not curious before. Same thing happened with me with what we call like flow music or jungle music. Because there is the whale music. The whale music, I would say, is more, doesn't have like a strong beat. But songs of the forest, they have a strong beat. So they have a beat going on at all times. I have a playlist on Spotify called Let Zouk Flow. It has a lot of those songs. And the songs have 9 minutes, they have 10 minutes. And they are basically a consistent beat. Really good songs that I use for practice. When you want something that keeps going for a long time, very steady, I use that kind of music. And in socials, when that is well inserted, man, it's amazing because it puts you in that, in that continuous beat and in that vibe. And you just go. And you really feel what I understand as flow in the sense of continuity. You keep going, And man, some DJs do this so well that I feel excited about the opportunity to listen to them play because they're really good at mixing things that would by itself or played for a long time or just played would not be really good, And there was one last one that lately that stole my heart completely is the remixes people have been doing of Brazilian music, of Brazilian songs, creating remixes. I don't even know if they are Brazilian Zouk remixes, but they are definitely remixes of some Brazilian songs. And man, incredible. There is this DJ in Brazil. Her name is Olhares, DJ Olhares, her DJ name. A couple of her sets that I really like. The absolute majority of the songs are in Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese. You might have one or two that are not. And man, they are not necessarily fitting in any one of these categories that I like. Not traditional, not neo-zouk, not R&B. They are something else entirely. And it's amazing because I feel that good vibration of the beat, but in this very cozy way. Super, super nice. So I'm thinking here now that my preference really go towards music with a full beat, with a delicious beat. When I step to the Brazilian Zouk rhythm, it feels good on the body, feels good on the feet, So I think my preferences are leaning towards that. When the lyrical stuff kicks in, inside that context, it feels amazing. It feels like a little break. It feels like, invitation to move in a different way. Then we go back to the beat, then it's all joy. Yeah, but I think that would be my biggest realization. The beat is my preference.
What kind of music makes you either take a break or leave the room and come back in 10, 15 minutes?
Man, it's when it gets lyrical for too long. I remember there was a social, start with the violins. Violins and pianos really felt like I was in a classical music concert, and couldn't connect to it. And two upbeat songs with a drop. They go, what is the name of this, dubstep? Or something like that.
There's some of them are dubstep, but the most recent ones that we see in Jack and Juice and a lot of that is Moombahton.
So I think EDM, Moombahton, and dubstep, the songs with a drop. More than 2, 3 of those songs for me is really hard to connect with this very like this kind of sound. For me, it's really, really hard to connect with. If I was not taken there, or my energy is really, really high, really up, then I can handle it. It's very hard for me. So I think it'll be the two extremes, right? The super lyrical with the violins and the pianos, and the really, really high with the Moombahton and EDM and dubsteps.
Very interesting. For me, I think, yes, for the super dramatic, not just lyricals, I like lyrical if I'm dancing at the end of the night and I have somebody to dance with, that we can go there, because for me, the lyrical music, more mellow music, they require a type of dancing and connection that is late at night. And we're not really going to dance Brazilian Zouk as we normally dance in the middle of the party. We're going to dance dynamics. We're going to dance creativity. We're going to dance whatever happens, whatever flows. If I can pair that type of music with that type of partners, I'm there. But if the DJ is going there, but clearly the whole room cannot dance to that music, which, again, it's the DJ's fault for not paying attention to that, then I'm just like, no, DJ, big mistake. This is not the room to do it. This is not the people to do it. That's a big problem. And like I said, the R&B, but specifically the R&B that is just like monotone kind of speaking, not even singing. Now, what really brings me back to life, definitely Neo Zouk and definitely some remixes from the very, very past, like from 10 years ago. Even some Kadu remixes from back then, Kakah remixes. As you said, Max Black Soul. I think those, oh my God, DJ Calado. Oh, yes. Good friend. Because those are like part of our history books, like you said. It's not just about the music, it's about taking us back. Kind of taking us back to a different moment, a different feeling. Even if it's not something that we would actually go select to play today, if we had to make a playlist. But then somebody plays and I'm like, oh yeah, wow. I didn't know I missed this kind of music. So yeah, DJ Sprank from Boston is somebody who has learned my ways a little bit too much. Because when I was living in DC, I used to go to Boston very, very often for weekenders. And he's a very smart guy. Very, very smart guy. He will listen to the things that I play in class and he'll make little notes. And then he'll listen to a song that makes me get up and he'll make a little note. So over time, he, and also DJ Foza, he told me, they have folders for different people. So, for example, if I'm visiting Boston and DJ Sprank is playing, he's like, okay, this is the Allison folder. Whatever happens, if I see that Allison is getting bored, I'll throw one of those. And that's just going to be like a defibrillator. It's just going to go on the chest like, ping, and then boom, he's awake again. And Efoza has done that. And I feel other DJs kind of have learned those key songs that when that song plays, oh, there's nothing. I can be rolling and dancing and jumping on the floor because that's what's going to happen. And some songs, I actually don't dance with somebody. It wakes me up, but then I just get up and I start dancing by myself and people are like, oh, let's dance. I'm like, no. This song is for me. This song, I need to dance by myself because that's how I'm going to come back alive. If I can dance that song in my body. It's just very meaningful, I guess.
Yeah. Vinny does that too. Vinny has a folder for each artist. And it's funny because when he opens your folder, he looks at you, you know what's coming, you know what's happening. And what the DJs told me, Efoza, Vinny, what they told me is that they do that because when the teacher and the artist is fired up and they go dancing on the floor, that influences the whole area around them. So there is like a power to it that is contagious, that affects and infects everybody around you because of so much joy that you are feeling for that thing that is playing. I remember in Taiwan last year, I was there with Vinny, and then he asked, what song? And then I told him the song. Man, we were so fired up, so much that when we realized everybody was dancing, people that were sitting started dancing again. People are dancing in groups, in trios, and all the things. And it was so magical. It was so magical. It's one of those moments in life that you think, everything was worth it. So we could come to this moment right here. It was one of those moments. And it was not one song. Of course, it was the result of a whole journey that we were doing together. But that one song that he played had the power of getting people out of their chairs for that last stretch of that experience that we had, so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moments. And so this is something that we might not realize how impactful it is and how powerful it can be when the right song comes and the right people are in the room. The right people, I mean the people who will be really excited about that song and who really will show you and express with their bodies how excited they are about that song.
Yeah, I mean, you see that the best DJs, they're there in the room way before they start playing because they want to see how people are reacting to every type of music, to know what to do when they come and start playing. Or even if the crowd changes or something like that, they need to be on. They need to be looking. Too often, the DJs are just looking down and down and down, and they've spent a whole day preparing that set. And when they go there, I literally just say, you guys, you're pressing buttons. Come on. You're not connecting with the room. You're just going, okay, next song, play. Next song, play. Next song, play. That's not good. You have to react to the room. You have to see what's going on. I used to DJ. I DJed for like 12 years. And the most I prepared anytime I DJ was my first 2 songs. And sometimes that wouldn't work out, so I'll change because the other DJ's finishing like all the way up, 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 up. And maybe my first 2 songs were not something that would match that. So then I would change that. But yeah, maybe the first 2, 3 songs, and that's it. From then on, it was wherever the room takes me, let's go. Song by song almost.
Yeah, man, I'm still thinking that one day I will DJ, but then and I'll feel in my skin. But the little bit that I did of a DJ class, I was like, oh my God, this is a ginormous responsibility and so much stress. So much stress. Now I understand when some DJs, the DJs I know are like eyes wide open, they're like almost inside the screen, like really focused because the stress is intense. I understand so much now. And yes, guys, you do an incredible job. Yeah, so kudos to you, the DJ, for us to dance and have a good time.
Yes, I think the DJs that we have nowadays, bro, like the level is insane. It is really insane. And just as a last comment to that, for example, the fact that we can organize festivals around the world today and have a DJ lineup that is separate, mostly separate from the teachers lineup, that's a testament to how good the DJs are, that they are being brought as a DJ. Because before, when the community was growing, all of the teachers were the DJs. Not necessarily because all of them wanted to, but sometimes because they had to. Like, they don't have DJs. So many times I show up to a festival that I'm not contracted to DJ when I used to. And they're like, listen, do you have your stuff here? And I'm like, yeah, I always bring it just in case. And they're like, oh, yeah, because we need more DJs. And I'm like, okay, yeah, put me in. There was not enough. And nowadays, organizing all the Brazukis that I did, there's more DJs that I can put in the lineup. So that's amazing because I think that really helps the community. And so thank you, DJs, for all that you do. But I'm not going to take back all the feedback that I just gave you in the episode. Please connect to the room, listen to the room, and know who you're playing with, what time you're playing, because all of those things are very important. So thank you once again for being here and supporting us. Please follow, like, subscribe, share it with your friends to help us continue growing this beautiful podcast and community. And we'll see you on the next one. So thank you. Beijos, everybody. Abraços and ciao.
Ciao, everyone.